that brings us to Zygerox, which has a nonsensical name because it's a nonsensical song. That was just like kind of like all out, like, you know. So let's get like this death metal vibe, this fast. That's a fast song on the album. It's just like real flurry of notes. But let's get this one nice and dark. But like, there's kind of like a few riffs in there which really, you know, like I'm a fan of blast beats, but when done tastefully. And that song is like, to me in my head it was like, what if blast beats and grooves had a fight? Like, they were just like each fighting for the spotlight. Like a perfect example is that one riff, like swinging the beat. It's like, so you have like the blast beat, then the groove, blast beat, and each one's like fighting for the spotlight in that riff. And these are the ways that I kind of write riffs in my head. It's like it's really hard to explain, but it's just like different sounds are like fighting for the spotlight. So that one came really dark and kind of crazy, but like ends up with this like epic melody at the end, and that's a really fun song to play live. We really do enjoy playing that one. And then we end up with the epic closer on the album, the 15-minute long song Race Car, which is my favorite song and the one I'm most proud of. I worked with Jake. That's the only song that I wrote with someone else on this album. And it makes me want to write with the rest of the band in the future when we have more time. Jake had just moved, he just joined the band, just moved in, and he was living on my couch, so we had plenty of time to write together. And we wrote that song in 3 days. We wrote it like the first 6 minutes the first day, and we thought that was it. But then we just kept on coming back with ideas. Like the next day I wrote like the next 4 minutes of the song, and then like, you know, the day after that, like Jake and I came up with more ideas. And it was just like, and we spent a lot of time arranging that song to be perfect, but we just kept on having ideas and thematic revisions and like all these things that could come back, because I don't really try to write long songs at all. Like, you know, there's songs that are like 3 minutes long, and that one's a really long song. So we never even thought it was going to be anything like that, but we just kept on having ideas, and it kept on being like cohesive, where it would reference itself constantly. So it's like, if we're going to do a long song, it has to be the kind of song where it does sound like it's the same song. And thematics are so important, because bands like Dream Theater rule at doing that. You know, you just hear the same riff come back but in a different line. It's like, oh, that's awesome. So that's like what that song is all about. And it's also about like kind of covering all the ground. If there was one definitive Periphery song, I would say that one would be the one, because it goes through just about every mood that we go through. It goes through, like, you know, the happy, sad, melodic, the dark, the ambient, the groovy, the heavy, the brutal. You know, like it goes through everything. And that is kind of like the song to beat on my list, you know, of songs I'd like to outright in the future. And it'll be very tough, because I am very proud of that one. Anyways, that's about it. We'll see you guys next time-ish.
Later, guys.